What's up, gang? Breathe, man. All right, I'm gonna just get a coffee and we'll start chatting. There's a lot going on in the cryptos these days. Hey, everyone got the invite for everybody got an invite for the if you're watching, did you get the invite for the early adopter circle? There's 1,004 people actually made it in, and wow, blown away by the amount of people who legitimately signed up for the early adopter package. It's I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it's amazing. I'm so grateful for this purpose. Thank you, and can't wait to see what everyone has to list. I'm pretty sure it's the whole globe. I'm pretty sure that practically someone from nearly every country has signed up. I'm gonna check. I'll post those stats after I checked it. There, hey, Joe Biden, hair sniffer, and finger blaster. If you didn't get an email, maybe you typed in your email incorrectly or something. And if you did, so I suggest you sign up again, because if you did sign up incorrectly, then your real email address will go through. I just caught a mosquito. Alright. Yeah, so if you were expecting an email, you should go back to that form. You can still sign up. We might still honor it, because we're just nice like that. Thanks Dan, thanks Mr. 02, 022. Yeah, no sweat. This is, we're in this together. literally. Like this is like a massive public good. It's like we found an oil well in the wilderness, and we're here, you know, putting it to good use. So we're back. I think that coffee's done. All right, we're stacked. Yeah. So, um, yeah, Joe Biden, sniffer and finger blaster. You know, I wonder if that's a joke to call your name so you can just hear me say that out loud. But but yeah, no, basically like you know, there's a lot of people out there talking stuff about crypto. Um, you know, we have a totally different perspective. Not totally different perspective. What I mean is we have a different approach to this whole crypto thing. Like so much of cryptocurrency just seems like a big roulette wheel, right? When in fact, like we're talking about, it's like the invention of cars before there were cars. It's like people used to ride the horse and carriage, and then now you have cars, you know, automobiles with combustion engines, and then maybe electric motors, and then you know, not no two cars, no two designs are you know necessarily the same. By now it's true, but in the beginning days, you know, there were people with like 17, you know, wheels on a car. You know, people were experimenting with all kind of stuff, and I just see that a lot of things, you know, are not from first principles, and they're, you know, overly complicated. Just kind of like, you know, have a wow factor, and that's the only thing that's driving them. And this real substance is not, you know. Let's talk about real substance. Let's talk about real products. Let's talk about using cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? Like, why? You know, I'm all for, you know, organizing society, right? That's why we have, you know, a good life, you know, around the world. People govern each other using similar principles, like you know the Constitution of the United States, and before that, you know, the Magna Carta. Those kind of things, they they're a paradigm, right? And different groups of people adopt them and they follow them as much as they can and put their own flavor to it. So the same thing, you know, is in today. And now we need to tie in and live with blockchain and cryptocurrency that empowers people to do good things. Good things meaning they can settle their payments quickly and globally. And then, you know, think about the fact. So then switch to privacy coins. Think about the idea that people use cash, and cash is not something that you can easily trace, but you can trace it if you had to, right? If there's a problem and there's something that you need to monitor so much, you can. But you don't want to interfere with the free will of the people to avoid becoming tyrants, right? We're talking about the government here. So the Bitcoin blockchain, that's our first blockchain on the planet, and it's like that's the chain that everybody discovered first, right? It's not the first cryptographic currency, but it's the first one with proof of work. It's the first cryptocurrency that had programmed everything into it, and it was the first one with proof of work. So the point is that anyone could buy a computer or build a computer and start mining Bitcoin and join into the network. If you look fast forward to today, people making proof of stake coins, Ethereum is going proof of stake. Well, guess what? Only the people with the coins are able to be a part of the network. So now you're excluding, there's no natural way to enter the system. You'd have to be given coins. And then the only coins that can be earned are by those who already own those coins. So it's kind of a closed system, and it'll exclude a lot of people. So proof of work mining and Bitcoin, one of the biggest cryptocurrency, the biggest cryptocurrency in the world, and it's ad hoc. Anyone can build a computer and join it. Now, the square footage of a single Bitcoin miner, let's say it's this much, right? So the better you are at making microchips, the more you're going to mine Bitcoin per square foot, right? So they could put like 2,000 watts in one piece like this. On Safex, it's designed so that in the same square footage, you can only have one miner, and it's very complicated to make a CPU that's any stronger than the one that we already have. So, you're limited to 1 unit, right? And you could have, in this couch would be like 6 units, right, of mining. In Bitcoin, however, the more you could produce these very simple chips, SHA-256 hashing chips, the more you're going to mine. So there's a big, kind of space race, a war. It's like literally an arms race to start mining. So in Safex, we're doing some serious research into our, impact on the environment, and we're going to discover, so far, our research is showing that the impact on environment from a cryptocurrency like Safex could probably be much lower, because one setup per square foot is 100 watts, so you can't overscale this, whereas Bitcoin is 2,000 watts, so that's 20x per square foot that you're mining. It's an early stage, but this is the direction we want to be going for cryptocurrency. I agree we should explore and innovate, right, and look into proof of stake and stuff like that. But time has proven that a network scales better with proof of work. And Safex and its CPU mining is probably one of the best ways to scale, because it's it's 20 times per unit less power consumptive, and you can use any ordinary computer and still be competitive. And that's the key, that any normal computer at home can compete and produce coins. That's the whole point. So people used to turn on Bitcoins, and they would mine Bitcoins in the first few years from their laptop, and they'd get 50 Bitcoins, and that's worth like 50 cents. It could have been worth nothing at some point. And people would mine it and turn it off, and then lo and behold, 50 Bitcoins today is worth millions of dollars. So it's worth $3 million. So you can't discount if you think that turning on your computer, a computer that's already drawing power, and you think that it's not worth, supporting the network, learning how to do this, being a part of this, and experiencing this for yourself is not worth it, then, let that be a testament to, the fact that a Bitcoin mining used to be from a laptop, you could get 50 Bitcoins just like that. Why wouldn't you take a chance on, it's not even taking a chance. You download it, you learn something, and you produce some coins to your wallet. You can see them and explore them. So, I got a few points. One of the main things was, the number one point was the significance of proof of work mining, and we set up that rig last week. I showed you a little bit how to troubleshoot things, and I got the Ryzen 9. You know, if we wanted to in a bit, if people said we should, I'll totally throw it back on. So yeah, so proof of work mining, that's pretty awesome. I also have here, I mean, pretty awesome. That's like the crux of everything. I wanted to open this box too. There's something super special. I might open it later, but just mentioning it. So then the other thing, which I thought was pretty awesome, is that on Twitter we ran this poll, and on the poll there were I asked, is Safex a long-term play or a quick flip? And if you ask someone who was investing in Bitcoin at the beginning of Bitcoin, and you ask them, is this a long-term play or a quick flip? You know, a lot of people were, you know, a lot of people who adopted Bitcoin, and if anyone's watching, if anyone's around that adopted Bitcoin back in 2013 or 12 or 11 or 10 or 9, in those years, Bitcoin, you know, when I picked up Bitcoin, I said, this is the new civilization. This is the way we're going to do things forever. You know, it took a year or two to investigating, not just investigating, but doing things in the space to realize that there are ways to improve it. And Safex is one of those improvements, right? So, yeah, 330 votes. It was 2 days, and 76% of you out there said it's a long-term hold. Like, if your coin becomes your lifestyle, a lot if like we all live, right? Like the U.S. dollar is pretty much a coin in a way, and the United States government is advertising that coin, and that coin has changed its form and structure many times. So a U.S. dollar in 1913 is a different U.S. dollar than the one in 1970. The U.S. dollar today is very different than it was than it was last year, even, right? So the government has done a super amazing job at advertising currency, the United States dollar. So in the same way, like we were born, and then we start to work, right, and to earn dollars, right? It's in the music, it's in the movies, it's in, you know, in our parents' minds, it's in, you know, it's all over, it's all around, right? So the same way, we as a community could look at Safex Cash as a, you know, the payment, the way that we transmit our culture, you see, on a global scale. So, yeah, to me, that's a really strong, like a really big suggestion, but it is the most paramount suggestion, right? So, for now, there's not too many products online. In some days from now, there will be many products online, and then some weeks from now, there'll be very many products online, and then you could start to actually live off of the Safex marketplace. Thousand people signed up to be vendors on Safex. That's incredible. I can't think of a shopping mall that has 1,000 vendors. So you know, that's just who signed up for the early adopter package. That's not even scratching the surface of all of the people who we haven't even talked to yet. So if you want advertising, if you want marketing, we are the marketing. We are like looking to me alone to market Safex isn't going to cut it, and it never was going to, and it shouldn't. There's so many of us in this, and I'm not saying that anyone should spend any money doing this or something like that. What I am saying is that some time to, articulate what Safex means to you and what it could mean to you, articulating that in any form. And so far, we're pretty active on Twitter, and I'm super grateful to that. And we support each other there, and it's a cohesive movement. And then if you're watching this later or live now, you'll realize that you should be able to articulate what this experience, what you want from this experience, what you want to see happen, because this is our opportunity to build a new payment network for the planet. And when I say that, I mean it literally, because we have a marketplace that can scale globally, that I don't need to build out massive servers myself. We are all the server. Everyone who puts a node online, anyone who downloads the wallet, who mines some coins and starts to sell something, this scales without my sole need to put it forward. The wallet is copied, it can be copied infinite times. The node software can be copied infinite times, and the mining software can be copied infinite times. So, yeah. Then the privacy aspect, a lot of people are always saying things like, I don't think the government would like that. But that doesn't make any sense, because it isn't the government to tell you that you can't use, like, the government doesn't tell you you can't use, Monero. You can't use it to do illegal things, but you can't do illegal things anyway. So why shouldn't we have the first right, like we do today, like we do every day, to our private property and to our privacy? Imagine buying goods with Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these altcoins out there, and so the moment someone knows your transaction, knows you, let's say I sold you an NFT and we talked on the phone, and now you sent me that money. I know exactly how much money you have, and now I know everything you did before and everything that you're doing going forward. It's just mind-boggling that anyone would use such software. And that's kind of like, I had this impression that generally people would be understanding, would discover this and say, wow, like, I'm not going to touch that, like, a hot stove. But I guess no one has experienced a burn so far. But then people experience a burn and then they're scratching their heads. But then they're like, they got into this the wrong way, so they don't know, they didn't think about that, what's the alternative they have. They're stuck in, using Pancake or sushi or what have you, right? The curve. So I was always under the impression that people who are coming into crypto would discover this issue and then kind of brush those platforms away and discover something like Safex and put their whole heart and soul into it, because that's what's going to let them live, right? Versus enter this 1984-esque, legitimately, these transparent blockchains, this Bitcoin, this Ethereum, literally are a recipe for controlling the planet. And I'm not exaggerating that, and it's true. If you could see literally every single thing what everyone will do before they do it and as they do it, then what kind of world are we going to be living in? You know what I mean? And it's not about doing things bad. It's just about doing the things that you want to do without the whole planet Earth being able to check in, the whole planet Earth checking in on anyone and everyone's financial transactions. It's mind-boggling that we're going in that direction. But the thing is, so then back to how did this happen, how I believe that this happened is, that's very good for people who want to monitor, people who want to control. So you provide the world and you capture the world into these technologies, and then you can monitor everything. Now, governments already did that before, with the internet. They made everything in clear, and then they realized people are getting hacked, their emails getting stolen, bank accounts, etc., and then they realized that they can't continue to subvert the internet, and then they started to encourage the use of encryption for websites, logging in, etc. All data transfer is pretty much encrypted these days, and so I believe that cryptocurrency, people will wake up, they will have to. So I'm super optimistic for our future. And when you discover that you're able to buy things without disclosing your whole balance, realize this is about doing legitimate activities exclusively. I want to be here forever. I want to do this forever. So, of course, I'm supporting, buying sneakers and electronics and doing normal everyday things. Except I don't want to be hassled by someone because I bought something from them and suddenly they see my balance. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So so there was that poll. That was awesome. Yeah, like a long term. It's like, yeah. Let me read some comments. So spot agent scaling is a moot. It's not an issue. I kid you not. You could buy a USB drive with 1 terabyte for like $100, less than $100. So scaling is not a problem. Like on Bitcoin, they blocked scaling, saying that hard drive space will get consumed, but hard drive space is growing exponentially and at a faster rate than anything else. The last thing that we're going to be worried about, in my opinion, and history has shown, is the hard drive space. Network bandwidth maybe. These problems, if they arise, or before they arise, we can deal with them, right? We increase the amount of engineering on privacy space, because right now, all this engineering is going to, Solidity smart contracts and trying to build the next Ethereum. This is like a lot of these projects, they're promising privacy, but they're not delivering on it. They do it just to capture a subgroup of people. But on Safex, clearly, I'm trying to reach everybody. This is the ultimate process of providing people with easy to use software to mine crypto reliably, and for those people to have privacy and to do real things. So yeah, the amount of engineering talent that would arrive here if people change their perception or improve their perception of privacy tech and realize that it's not a witch hunt, that we can do this, that we are doing it. This is something that's in motion. Safex is a privacy tech that is in motion, that is here to be awesome. So yeah, I'm not worried about scaling. Yeah, you don't need your own node to mine. You just install some software on your computer. Yeah, so I invested in a small startup that's doing NFTs, but NFTs for kind of personal tokens. So like if you're, imagine everybody would have a token. So I hope to integrate marketplaces in such a system, the Safex marketplace, but also, so like there are a lot of ideas there. I'm just not going to go into it too heavily right now. And I'm all in on e-commerce investments right now. Yeah, regarding the secret sauce, right? It's, we're going to have an amazing catalog of products. They're going to be at prices that are competing with the planet Earth. And I hope everyone will discover those products the way people discover products, and they'll buy it from us on Safex. Yeah, breathe, man. You're listening, man. Hey, you know, very small dev teams have competed very thoroughly globally. You know, so yeah, we have job offers open, looking for the right fit for our companies. You know, there's a lot of developers out there, but not everyone is, you know, here to change the world. A lot of people are, you know, and it's totally fine. You could be rolling dice and playing slots and, you know, just doing a job. But, you know, we're here to change things, to improve them with the tech that we know works, and it works fabulously. It's amazing stuff, and we know it now. All right. So yeah, early adopters email went out. So if you got that email, good on you. Please sign up. Still, it's still open, but you know the first 1,000. That's who we're committed to for now. You sign up. You know you might get included. You might not. All right. Yeah. So Gallicone, the wrapped Safex Cash, our Binance node, I had to spin it up on another instance, and that took like a little bit of extra time, and it's still syncing, but it should be done in a day or two, and then we'll have wrapped up in line. Yeah. I wanted to open this, and I wanted to do it live with you guys, and this is a I bought this. This is from one of the artists of the Curio cards, and I can't wait to open it. So, oh yeah, that's one of those pieces from the marketplace. You guys should definitely check in on the marketplace this week if you're in the U.S. because we're gonna light it up. We're gonna really light it up. It's gonna be pretty incredible. I really can't wait. I really can't wait. We're cooking up something pretty amazing, and if you're in the U.S., it's going to be amazing. So let's get this awesome package open. I love the packaging. Love it, love it. Coincidentally, the first products sold came from this artist, which is incredible. Super proud of this. Oh man. I'll just yeah. If there's something too personal here, I'll just keep it to myself. Box. Oh wow, this is cool. All right, let's just listen. Whoa! All right, so we just got a stack of stickers. I think these are the these are the Curio card stickers. That's incredible. I'm going to give some of these away for free, but I'm definitely going to list them. List some of them. Just to share. Sharing culture, guys. This is awesome. Thanks, Max. By the way, those NFTs, those wax ones, this is the same artist who made those wax ones that we sold for 500 SFX. Can you believe that that artist is now featured on Christie's auction house, Sotheby's? We've come a really long way. I'm so glad that I witnessed that live. Got a little card, beautiful card. That's a big card. Later. Now, this is a new series, Series 7, and yeah, these are incredible. Wow, that's sick. This is number 7. Amazing. Simply amazing. Whoa. And another one. And a third one. Wow, Max, thank you so much for making these remarkable pieces and for being your awesome self and sharing with the world. True pioneer, visionary. These are really cool. These are amazing. I love this one the most. The green, like a Safex cash green. Amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, these are Series 7. That's cool. Wow. I'm glad I caught the moment. Wow, thank you guys for being here. If you're here right now, if you're watching. These are algorithmically generated artworks. Damn. I'd love to know how, this gets made, but it's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Art is culture captured in essence, in a medium. That's so cool. Don't forget, if you're into this Curio card stuff, not just Curio card stuff, you're into collecting, rare art. We still got the this is the number 4 from, literally this piece was used, like this series. So there were like a few hundred made. There's probably like 30, 40 left in existence like that. And the number 27, 28, and 29, which we have the stickers. Yeah, like this, and this. These 3 have an equivalent, like exactly like that. Things like that. Yeah, they have an equivalent exactly like that, but with this design, right? So this one's number 4. And these are 27, 28, 29. They were scanned. Their picture were used to make the Curio card. So, like, in case you didn't get that, like, a little history knowledge. So like price peg in price peg is something that's there. The question would relate to, is the price peg active, usable in the wallet, with clicking? Sorry, totally will be. It has to be. Which ones do you want to see closer on the camera? So like price on Safex Cash, a lot of people didn't get into mining. It's just easier to just download an app and buy a coin, and and to believe that that's cryptocurrency. No offense, but let's be real. So Safex Cash, inflation, right? Let's talk inflation. Inflation is bad, right? It is if it's rampant inflation, but the United States economy, while there's inflation, that's how money gets distributed. So if there was no inflation, there'd be no distribution of money. So there needs to be inflation. Inflation meaning distribution of money into circulation. And to say that inflation, too much inflation in the face of no economic activity is bad, right? That means that there's lots of currency units, but not much to do with it. So you can literally see that that's what's going on with Safex. However, that is overcome with the use case. And on top of the use case is products, right? So the GDP of a country is what it produces, right? Hard physical things, what it sells, what it transacts, right? Even financial systems have our GDP. The fact that you transacted, the fact that you were able to transact, is actually something productive, right? So in Safex, we launched the marketplace in December. We got it used. We started using it actually in April, and pretty soon we're going to be all using it in a way where we can sell, and there will be products that you can buy, and those products will be competitively priced. So there's a lot of value coming here, and all of these aspects are because of the design of the whole system. And so inflation isn't the end of the world, right? So right now we're distributing money supply to the world. Products will come. People will want those products. They'll want them because they're competitively priced. They'll want them because those are good products. They'll come because they have cryptocurrency and they want to buy using cryptocurrency. They'll come because the price of Safex Cash has been the same for almost 3 years. I mean, that's great too. That's great too, right? If you bought the coin 3 years ago at 2 cents and you could sell it today for 2 cents, okay. You see what I mean? Like, that's not the end of the world. So, and now finally we have this use case emerging, and suddenly we'll have products that you can buy, and suddenly people can sell. They can attract their customer base and remind people, oh yeah, by the way, I accept Safex, you can find it here, you download this wallet, you can do things like this, you can buy that coin there. Pretty soon people will get used to this and it'll just become a revolving door. That's how I see it unfolding. So, and then you'll experience this power and you'll never want to give it up. It's the same, like whenever you discover something, you discover a restaurant that has a dynamic, menu, and you just always go there. It has a good price, it has a great food, it's fresh, friendly service. You're always going to go there. It'll always be on your map. It'll always be on your list of destinations. So, yeah, I'm just grateful for a community that saw the vision, because that's what I started to realize in the last few weeks, in the past couple of months, is like, wow, we're actually here to do this. We're not just like, yes, making money is fun, but we actually are. We're mining, we're built something, we're supporting something that, has a foundation in has a foundation in existence. Like, this is something that actually changes everything. So, yeah. Yeah, the more people mine will distribute the coin even farther, and Hey, Paul B. Excalibur will be opening to new states very shortly, and I mean very, very shortly. Lot of awesome things coming for Excalibur. We just had a breakthrough in personnel department, and you know we've USA is the market that we want to be very big in. That's our main place. I'm an American. I was born here. I love this country, and it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It's an amazing place to be, and so we have an office in Switzerland. We have and we started up in Europe, but now we're in the U.S. and I've always wanted to supply the U.S. market, and so there's just very, very nice things that will be coming the way to Excalibur. Very important things. Very important for our ecosystem to be able to thrive and to have the full dynamic that we need to operate a marketplace. I didn't know that Bitrue disabled withdrawals. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just their maintenance. Yeah, my goal. So WSFX definitely makes everything easier to list Safex Cash because everyone has a BEP20 support, but not everybody has takes development teams to put a new chain on. I think when Safex gets to another point in its market cap and stuff like that, bigger transaction amounts, people will start listing Safex. But think about Coinbase. Coinbase is a huge company right now, and they started off with just exclusively Bitcoin. They're just focused on one service. Safex is the same. Safex is one service, and I'm all the way focused on Safex. It's because the current crypto market is not the world. There's a lot of people heard about cryptocurrency, but it doesn't tie into their everyday life. There's a lot of people playing video games, but not everybody plays video games. You see what I mean? So some of these technologies will never ever reach the palm of normal people's hands. But something like Safex, like think Amazon. Almost every person in the United States has an Amazon account, and that system that system grows and grows globally. Countries adopt an Amazon-like system all the time. So Safex is something that you can put in someone's hands, and it actually serves them. Like, you can't eat the candle NFT doesn't bring you warmth, but a candle does. And a candle is something you can buy right now on Safex. So that's a massive difference. Like, artwork is important. NFTs are interesting. But what about the real stuff? And that's the whole point. What about the real stuff? And people are always asking about the real stuff. Q in Safex. So yeah, the main thing is you just need to realize that you mine it yourself. And just let people know that that's how it works. Yeah, the blocks will adjust. I think within 100 blocks. Within 100 blocks, it takes a kind of average of the last 100 blocks that determines what's the block size of the next one. So. I just know that, like, here's my workstation, right? Ready? Like, we're just on it. Like, just do it, right? So, literally, boom. Just putting it together. And it's like the only thing that I'm focused on at all. Like, this is the coolest stuff to do on this earth. Um, a lot of the thing, a lot of the things that I was talking about early on in the stream, that was like, those are some of the most important points. Yeah, it'd be awesome. You know, these aren't things that we talk about. I mean, these are things that you can do right now. You can mine Safex Cash. It is a privacy coin. It's coins you get. Like, who's mining Monero? So you get a 0.80 Monero or something like that per block. It's unbelievable why anybody would mine Monero. Like, that's the other thing. If you're only looking, a lot of people are only looking at these very super short term. How much can I make right now? It's like, tell that to the person who mined Bitcoin on their laptop. If they were if they were going forward thinking, how much can I make on it this week? It's ridiculous, So that part, that's the most empowering part, and I would love to see more people be open to, mining and looking past, like, how much can I make tomorrow? It's like, we're on the ground floor. It's a 2 million market cap. We spent way more than $2 million on Safex to get to this point. The intrinsic value of all this stuff is way higher than we're at, and we're gonna get there. I mean, the financial reward, and that's not even the fun part. If you're already rich, why you would do things to make a better world. So here we are. And I also believe that selling product is something that doesn't care about a bear market or anything. People always need to. We always need a new pair of shoes. We always need new clothes, a toothbrush, right? Refill your toothpaste tube. Everyone always needs more of that, and that doesn't go away whether prices are up, prices are down. So, this upcoming bear market next year and for a few years, I hope, I hope I can see a scenario where Safex is growing against the bear trend of the whole crypto market. I mean, so we got a lot of things in place, and I'm gonna sign out. I'll be back next weekend. I legit just wanted to hang out with everybody. Um, you know, I think I have a lot to say that I don't get to say. Yeah, yeah, Galcon, like I just want the right people. Not lazy people or people who just see this as a job. As a regular job just to get a paycheck. Who are gonna, you know, yeah, we're not here for the dental plan. You know, that's the kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, guys, see you through the week. You know, have a nice Sunday. Good to hang out with you, and congrats to all of us. See you later.